You know the feeling. Your calendar is a Tetris game of back-to-back meetings. Your to-do list scrolls into infinity, and your phone is buzzing like a trapped fly. You are constantly doing things. But when your head finally hits the pillow, that nagging feeling creeps in. A weird sense of emptiness. It feels like you've been sprinting on a treadmill all day, only to realize you haven't moved an inch closer to what you actually want. You're always working, but you're not getting anywhere meaningful. Sound familiar? What if I told you this feeling isn't just in your head? What if a huge chunk of what you do every day is, for all intents and purposes, a waste of time? While some studies suggest up to 60% of work hours are spent on low-value work about work, the core idea is the same. This imbalance is the main reason so many of us feel stuck. Stay with me because I'm going to help you spot the trivial many tasks that are draining your life force and sabotaging your success. More importantly, I'll show you how to find and focus on the vital few, the small percentage of your actions that will generate the lion's share of your growth, achievements, and even your sense of fulfillment. By the end of this, you'll have a real, actionable plan to stop being just busy and start being truly effective. The heart of the problem is a deception we've all bought into. Our culture worships the hustle. We're taught to wear busyness as a badge of honor, that a packed schedule means a successful life, but it's a dangerous illusion. The truth is, not all effort is created equal. A few things you do matter immensely, and most things don't. This isn't some new self-help fad. It's a timeless principle first spotted over a century ago. In 1896, an Italian economist named Vilfredo Pareto made a bizarre discovery. He noticed that about 80% of the land in Italy was owned by only 20% of the people. He started looking around and saw this lopsided pattern everywhere. In his own garden, he found that 20% of his pea pods produced 80% of his peas. Decades later, a quality control genius named Dr. Joseph Juran applied Pareto's observation to business. Juran saw that consistently, 20% of the defects in a factory caused 80% of the problems. He dubbed this the Pareto Principle, but he gave it a more useful name: the vital few and the trivial many. This principle, now famously known as the 80-20th rule, simply states that for many things in life, roughly 80% of the results come from 20% of the causes. It's not a strict mathematical law, but a recurring pattern you can see everywhere once you start looking. In business, 80% of profits often come from 20% of the customers. In software, fixing the top 20% of reported bugs can eliminate 80% of crashes. In your closet, you probably wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. Even with traffic, about 20% of a city's roads handle 80% of the traffic. But the most personal and powerful application is this: 80% of your most important results come from just 20% of your efforts. This means the other 80% of your time is chewed up by the trivial many. Low-impact tasks, distractions, and busy work that feels productive, but adds almost no real value. The secret to breaking free is finding the discipline to identify that vital few, 20%, and mercilessly protect it. So where does all that time and energy go? It's devoured by habits that feel productive, but are actually the enemies of progress. Time sink. 1. The dangerous myth of multitasking. We live in a world that tells us multitasking is a superpower. We answer emails in a meeting, scroll Instagram while watching a movie, and text while trying to write a report. But science is crystal clear. The human brain can't focus on multiple complex tasks at once. What we call multitasking is really task switching, and it comes with a huge mental cost. Every time you jump from one task to another, your brain burns precious energy disengaging and refocusing. Research has shown this constant switching can slash your productivity, in some cases by as much as 40%. Time sink 2, the tyranny of the urgent. A high-priority email, an urgent request from a coworker, a notification flashes with breaking news. We're drowning in a sea of things demanding our immediate attention. The problem? We've been trained to confuse what feels urgent with what is actually important. Importance is tied to your long-term goals, the work that creates real results and moves you toward the life you want. Urgency is usually tied to someone else's goals. Most of our days are spent putting out these urgent but unimportant fires. This is the trivial many in action. It gives you a shot of adrenaline, a false sense of accomplishment, but it's choking out the quiet, important work that will actually pay off down the road. Time sink 3, the black hole of passive scrolling. Be honest, how many hours have you lost to the infinite scroll? You open up social media for just a minute, and suddenly an hour is gone, leaving you in a foggy daze. The same goes for binge-watching shows you don't really care about or tumbling down a YouTube rabbit hole. Look, relaxation is vital. Intentional downtime is never wasted time. But there's a huge difference between intentionally watching a movie you love and the mindless, reactive scrolling that fills the empty gaps in your day. This kind of passive consumption is digital junk food. It's easy and feels good for a second, but it leaves you feeling drained and a little guilty. It doesn't just fail to produce results, it actively steals the energy you need for your vital few. Time sink 4. Polishing the trivial. Perfectionism sounds like a virtue, right? But when you apply that same perfectionism to the trivial many, it becomes a sneaky form of self-sabotage. This is the trap of spending 3 hours obsessing over the font in an internal memo that 3 people will skim, or agonizing for a day over the wording of an email that will be forgotten in 5 minutes. We do this because perfecting low-stakes tasks is easy. It feels safe. It gives us a sense of accomplishment without the risk of tackling the big, scary, important projects where we might actually fail. Time sink. 5. The soul-crushing, useless meeting. Meetings. The corporate world's default answer for everything. Got a question? Let's schedule a meeting. Need an update? Meeting. Not sure what to do? Let's have a meeting about having a meeting. The result is a calendar so full of talk that there's no time left for work. So many meetings lack a clear agenda, drag on forever, and end with no clear action plan. Learning to politely decline meetings without a clear purpose, pushing for an email update instead, or simply asking, could this be shorter, can reclaim huge chunks of your week. Every hour in a pointless meeting is an hour you're not spending on the 20% of work that drives 80% of your results. Okay, so we've identified the enemy. Now for the fun part, finding your vital few. This is the 20% of your work that will deliver 80% of your results. This isn't about guessing, it's a strategic mission. Here's your step-by-step guide to discovering what actually matters. Step 1. Get brutally clear on your goals. You can't find your most important tasks if you don't know what you're aiming for. Grab a pen and paper and answer these questions as specifically as you can. Career, business. What are the 3 most important things I want to accomplish in the next year? Not get better at my job, but secure a 15% raise, or land 5 new clients worth over $10,000 each. Personal life. What are the 3 most important things I want to achieve for myself? Run a 10K, read 25 books, master 3 new recipes for family dinner. These goals are your new compass. From now on, every task, every request, every minute of your time gets judged against them. Step 2. The 80/20th time audit. Now that you have your compass, you need a map of where you are right now. For 1 week, track everything you do. Just keep a simple log. List every professional task, answering emails, attending meetings, writing code, planning strategy, scrolling on LinkedIn, everything. At the end of the week, go through that list, and next to each item ask, how much did this directly help me achieve one of my core goals? Give it a score from 1 to 5. A clear pattern will emerge. A small handful of activities will have scores of 4 or 5. These are your potential vital few. The overwhelming majority will be 1S, 2S, and 3S. This is the trivial many in black and white based on your own life. Step 3. The impact versus effort matrix. Let's sharpen this even further with a powerful tool. Draw a simple 4-quadrant grid. The vertical axis is impact. The horizontal axis is effort. Now plot your tasks on the grid. High impact, low effort. These are your quick wins. Do these immediately. They offer the biggest bang for your buck and are the heart of your vital few. High impact, high effort. These are your major projects. These are also your vital few, but they require serious, dedicated focus. This is the work that will define your year. Low impact, low effort. This is the trivial many. Admin, busy work, and noise. The strategy here, delegate it, automate it, or batch it. Low impact, high effort. These are your time wasters. These thankless tasks drain your energy for no reason. The strategy here is ruthless. Eliminate them. Just say no. This matrix is your visual battle plan. Your mission is to live in the top 2 quadrants. Step 4. Execute with fierce focus. Knowing your vital few is useless if you don't protect your time to actually do them. Time boxing. Don't just put work on big project on a to-do list. Schedule an appointment with it. Block out 90 minutes in your calendar and treat it like your most important meeting. No phone, no email, no distractions. This ensures your best energy goes to your most important work. The one thing. At the start of each day, ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today that will make the biggest impact on my goals? Do that thing first. Before the chaos of the day takes over, before your willpower fades, even if the rest of your day goes off the rails, you'll know you've already won. You moved the needle on what matters. We've covered a simple but profound truth. The world isn't balanced. The link between what you put in and what you get out is completely skewed. For years, you've probably been stuck in the trap of the trivial many, pouring your life's energy into things that give you almost nothing back. You've been busy, but not productive. You've been moving, but not advancing. But that can stop today. The real power of the 80/20th rule is the permission it gives you. Permission to let go. Permission to say no to things that don't matter. Permission to ignore the noise and focus on the music. This isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter on a completely different level. It's about having the clarity to see what truly matters and the courage to ignore everything else. It's time to stop measuring your life by the number of boxes you check and start measuring it by the impact of your achievements. Your time is the one resource you can never get back. Stop letting the trivial 80% steal it. Start investing your energy where it belongs and build a life of focus, purpose, and incredible growth. If this idea resonated with you and you're ready to build a system for success around your vital few, then subscribe and get ready for my next video. Thanks for watching.